Let's turn your freak into genius. Stick around because we're going to be talking about this week's human design transit, which actually starts today when we're talking with the sun being in gate 43 and the earth being in gate 23, which actually forms the channel of structuring, which is genius to freak. Let's get down to it. Over the next 6 days, we're going to see the sun sitting in gate 43. Gate 43 is in the Ajna center and it's the gate of insight. This is where this mental clarity, these breakthroughs, these innovation, this thought leading ideas just pop into your head out of nowhere. And there's no logic behind them. It's just a raw inner knowing that this is a thing. I've got this. I understand this, right? But there's no logic attached to it. So this is where a lot of innovation comes from, is from this gate. Now, you may not normally have this turned on. I don't have a lot of mental clarity. I'm a manifesting generator. I've got all tabs open all the time. I do not have my head or my ajna defined normally, right? So in this week's transit, we are all going to have gate 43 and 23 defined, and this might freak a few of us out. So to balance out the sun, because we've got this shining energy, this is like powerful, where all of us are going to have these like downloads and we're like, where'd that idea come from? Doesn't make any sense. Well, it doesn't matter, right? That's where we've got to let go of that logic thinking. But we need something to ground us, right? And the earth is going to be sitting in gate 23, which is the gate of assimilation. This is being able to take this freak idea and turn it into genius through the translation of the throat or through the gate of assimilation, which is gate 23. I reckon this week is going to be pretty interesting. So keep your radar open, keep your awareness on par. Are you getting a lot of new insight or clarity this week? Are you getting these ideas which are popping into your head out of nowhere? If you don't have gate 43 on in your chart, it means that you're going to have access to this freak download this week. That's what I'm going to call it. All these little ideas coming in your head, popping into your head, and don't question them, right? This is all about this inner knowing and this truth about, okay, I've got this, I understand this, right? Without attaching, as I said before, all the logic of, well, why, or how does this work, or how am I going to explain that? That doesn't make any sense, right? Just be aware of what comes through in your head. Now, the earth gate, gate 23, is going to give you the ability to translate that information out and share this idea, right? It's going to give you the wisdom to be able to communicate it properly without that logic attached, right? Without wanting to know everything about it. But when you get this idea from the gate 23 this week, when you get the ideas, it's not something that you just jump, oh my God, I've got this amazing idea, let me share it with the world. Let me put this post up, let me tell my friend, let's just make a product with that because this is what's going to work. It's not about that energy. This is all about timing, okay? So what we need to make sure is that we sit with that idea, we gain some real mental clarity around it, and then let that throat gate, the gate of assimilation, help us translate it into words which make sense to the rest of the collective, or even to ourselves, right? So it's making sure that you can express this correctly and it doesn't fall on deaf ears and you don't sound like the freak. You want to sound like the genius. If you already have this gate defined, the gate of, the channel of structuring defined, it just means that you're going to be like amplified. You're going to have more ideas this week. You're going to want to express them more. But as I said, the whole tip to this channel is making sure that you sit on that and assimilate how you're going to communicate it or how you're going to express it. Just sit on that insight, gain clarity before you then go and spew all this knowledge out into the world. Now, if it's not defined, which will be for a lot of you, you might have this sort of pressure to figure everything out, to work it all out. As I said before, this gate of insight in gate 23 is about raw inner knowing. It's not about logic. We're not in the head, okay? The head wants to figure it all out. We just need to know that this has come in. No pressure on me this week to work it all out. Let me just note it down. Let me write it down. Let me share it if I feel like sharing it this week after I've sort of like translated it all, but you'll feel that pressure. So if you're getting all these downloads and you're thinking, what's going on? What have I been taking? It's not, it's just the transit, it's the collective. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens this week with ideas coming out and people sharing and expressing what their inner knowing is and what their trust is. And are we going to be seeing a lot more ideas out there, thought leaders coming up with new things and sharing? So it'll be interesting just to take note this week until the 16th. I think we are 16th. Yeah, is when the transit finishes. My tips for this week is really trust your insights, right? They're just ahead of the time. You're a thought leader this week. Also, just have patience so you can gain that clarity before you communicate. Make sure you honor your individuality. Now, sometimes this could feel like you're ahead of the pack, and that's okay. And don't force the understanding of your ideas onto others. They might need to catch up with you. And this is why you want to sit on the thinking before you communicate it out, just to make sure that you can express yourself correctly so you sound like a genius and not a freak. If you're unsure about your human design or whether or not you have gate 43 or 23 already defined or undefined in your chart, make sure you head over to my website. I'll put the information in the description below, and you can go over there and actually get your free chart with some information around your type, your strategy and your authority, so you can follow along. I hope you enjoyed this week's transit. I'm Tanya from My Sacred Circuitry, and if you want to follow along with each week's transit and what to be aware of, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this out with friends, and make sure you go over to my website to get your free report. So until the next transit, have a great day.